Taylor Swift, she's in the news because the ACLU actually reached out to her lawyer, and some people are claiming that her legal team is trying to contain or restrict freedom of speech. So here's what happened. I guess, and honestly, I didn't even know about this until we started talking about this, but apparently some people on the alt-right have found some symbolism that they like within her lyrics, especially in the song and the video, Look What You Made Me Do. So there was a blogger from Popfront that wrote this about that single, saying Taylor's lyrics in Look What You Made Me Do seem to play to the subtle, quiet, white support of a racial hierarchy. Many on the alt-right see the song as part of a reawakening, adding that that's in line with Trump's rise, adding that they found some Nazi imagery in that video akin to Taylor. We have an image of this actually in the video of Taylor looking out over this room full of models from a podium, and this writer, this blogger says that that is reminiscent of what Hitler did, Hitler iconography. Okay, so her lawyer sent a cease and desist letter to this writer, Megan Herning, and her lawyer said the Popfront story is replete with demonstrable and offensive falsehoods which bear no relation to reality or the truth about Ms. Swift. It appears to be a malicious attack against Ms. Swift that goes to great lengths to portray Ms. Swift as some sort of white supremacist figurehead, which is a baseless fiction masquerading as fact and completely misrepresents Ms. Swift. So then that prompted the writer, Megan Herning, to contact the ACLU. And then lawyers from the ACLU have sent a letter to Taylor Swift's lawyer saying the blog is a mix of core political speech and critical commentary. It discusses current politics in this country, the recent rise of white supremacy, and the fact that some white supremacists have apparently embraced Mrs. Swift. So there you see the ACLU defending this blogger's freedom of speech. And now there are some articles out there where people are saying that her lawyers are trying to silence this writer. What do you guys think about this?
It's again, it's the Streisand effect again. So you say, don't talk about this article that Taylor Swift didn't like, and now I had never, heard of this article before, and now we're talking about it. I think this is really cold on the part of Taylor Swift. I have to wonder what went on behind the scenes here. Did she ask her lawyer? Did she sanction this, or was this lawyer? Maybe there's a protocol in the team of Swift, and it's like if you see the following things, then you gotta go after them and hit him with a cease and desist. Why? I just don't understand. The Taylor's a person. She's not an entity. I know that we sometimes feel as though she is because she's a huge pop star, but she's a person. If you disagree with what someone's saying, engage with them. You have a Twitter account. You have an Instagram account. When Breitbart was retweeting the lyrics to Look What You Made Me Do, I don't understand why Taylor Swift didn't just quote one of those tweets and just said like, hey, fuck these guys, or like, hey, I don't like this. I don't support you guys retweeting my lyrics. This isn't what the song's about. But she doesn't. She stays silent, and I think it's really disappointing. And just to get a lawyer involved, the person who wrote this is a person with an opinion that they feel is substantiated by certain things. Taylor Swift is a person. Engage with people that are inserting their criticism of your art. Just be a person about it.
Like you said, this is Popfront, whatever that is. It's not the only outlet to draw this comparison between alt-right propaganda and Taylor Swift's songs. Other major outlets did. I think Vice was one of them. There were a couple of others. So I'm sort of thinking that maybe the lawyers targeted this one because it might have seemed like a more attainable target. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The little guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Powerful person. Attacking the. I mean, if it was in the New York Times, they wouldn't dare, right? And I think that this is like, I mean, the actual take itself that the blogger had, I mean, I feel is probably, looking way too deep into something. I mean, Taylor Swift is a frivolous.
Yeah.
It's a huge reach. I mean, Taylor Swift is like a frivolous pop star, and the song is a totally frivolous song. It's impossible to like read anything deeper into it other than like the top surface level thing. So, but that doesn't mean that that we should condone a sort of more powerful person from silencing a less powerful person just because they don't like what the person said, right? Like, I mean, and we're starting to see a growing trend in America of rich people basically shutting down journalism about them that they don't like. I mean, there was the Peter Thiel shutdown of Gawker, right? That was a war that he waged for years and ended up winning. I mean, it set like a huge precedent. I think that that is very concerning for those of us that work in the media, especially, and we're paid to say stuff about people. And if we say we attack someone for whatever reason, and it wasn't Taylor Swift, it was actually like a more sinister person or whatever, and then we were approached with one of these cease and desist letters. Our ability to fight back is much more limited than their ability to attack us. So.
Right, yeah, and the interesting thing is there is a through line between several of the stories that we discussed today, like you brought up. A lot of people are drawing comparisons between the way that Disney, Weinstein, and Taylor Swift's legal team have communicated with the press as of late.
Support independent media. Come join us at the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.